If you have an idea for a show and want to get involved, email.
Assalamu alaikum, dear listener. Welcome to Salam Radio, the voice of knowledge and inspiration. I'm Mehtab.
Wa alaikum salam, everyone, and I'm Shamir.
Here we go. Try that again, Shamir.
Wa alaikum salam, everyone, and I'm Shamir. We're thrilled to have you join us today for a brand new episode of Education Matters.
That's right, Shamir. Education Matters is your go-to destination for all things education. Whether you're a student, a teacher, a parent, or someone just passionate about the power of learning, this show is for you.
Absolutely, Mehtab. Each week we'll dive deep into the world of education, exploring the latest trends, innovations, and challenges in the field. We'll also bring you inspiring stories, expert interviews, and practical tips to help you navigate the educational landscape.
Excellent. And I mean, the best part is we are not here to lecture you. We're here to have a meaningful conversation and engage with you, our wonderful listener. So if you have any questions, thoughts, or ideas about education, do not hesitate to reach out to us. Our details, in order to reach out to us, you can give us a call on 01733 602 133. That's 01733 602 133. If you like, you can text us. You can text us on 07411 191062. That's 071. Sorry, I'll repeat that again. 07411 191062. If you like, we are available on we are live on all social media, live stream, so on Facebook, YouTube, X or Twitch, so you can leave a comment and get in touch through there.
So grab your favorite cup of tea, settle in, and let's embark on this educational journey together. Education Matters starts now.
And this week, we have broken our shows down into small segments. And there is a segment today. The main focus is the key stage for choosing the options for our future generations who are going to be starting to make that choice, whether, in different schools give out different kind of dates for those, and then you've got to decide in addition to the core subjects what GCSE your sons and your daughters will be taking. So in majority of our segment, our main focus will be discussing the options that are available and what choices to make, what subjects to choose. Apart from that, we will also we have a new segment. Very, very excited to introduce a new segment to our listeners. We haven't actually got a title or any sort of name for this segment as yet, because we want our listeners to be involved in making that decision. I've got people already tuning in and giving the answers. Right, so in terms of the new segment, it's a question, and the question, we'll just read it out now to our listeners. So if any of you like to get involved, you can leave a comment on Facebook, or you can get in touch through our social media. We have also put this up on our Mastermind Tuition Academy Snapchat, which is just at MastermindsTA. Our question is, it is maths related. And the question is, are we ready, Shamir?
I'm ready, mate. I'm always ready.
Shamir, you have to work this out as well.
Give me an hour. Do I have to answer at the end of the show, yeah?
No. Well, I'd like you to tell me when you got an answer. Okay. Right. If 1 is equal to 3, 2 is equal to 3, 3 is equal to 5.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. 1 second.
Start again.
1 is equal to
3.
Yep.
2 is equal to 3.
Yep.
3 is equal to 5. 4 is equal to 4. 5 is equal to 4.
Yep.
Then what does 6 equal? All I'm going to say
it's not a trick question, is it? Is it like am I supposed to spot a pattern?
Well, that would be telling. All I'm going to say is in maths, we love square numbers, we love prime numbers, we love triangle numbers. We love multiples, factors. That's all I'm going to say. And you cannot text your friend for any advice or any help, Shamir. So part of our segment is going to be about, we're calling it question time, but we'd like you listeners to give us a name for our segment. What shall we call it? What shall we call this? So get in touch if you know the answers. We have some entries already. By the way, Shamir, people are asking if they get it right.
What's the prize?
What's the prize?
Right now, it's a Salam Radio purple pen with a key ring.
No.
But when Tabby goes home this week, I'm sure he'll get a better price for us.
No. I think
He's got a big budget.
I think we can do better than that.
Give him another question.
No, I think we can do a lot better than that. How about if we give them some free mastermind sessions?
Free mastermind sessions.
Free mastermind sessions.
Please do tell me more.
So every Saturday, I hear you guys in Mastermind Tuition Academy, yeah?
Yep.
What if we were to say to them, we'll give them, we've got 3 weeks left.
Okay.
3 weeks left, we'll give them that'll be 9 free hours. 9 free hours, which are worth 9 free hours. So 9 free hours, that's
£105.
I don't know. I'm not good with money. So you got £105. Yeah, £105 worth of sessions. A Mastermind Tuition Academy. I think that is an amazing gift, a prize. And then what we can do is, if you do not need it, because you are like Brother Keel or Brother Faisal,
pass it on and double it.
You passed on a GCSE, right? Then you have an option to pass it on to anyone, and then you can choose who you would like to pass it on to, and those 9 hours of personalized Tuition Academy sessions can be passed on to anyone that you like. Mustafa Hussain, Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah, we are both well. I hope you're okay as well. Mustafa, do you know the answer? We will not tell you guys till the next part. Reveal the answer or reveal the winners till then. But please get in touch. You can get in touch in Snapchat.
So how are you selecting the winner again?
How are you
selecting the winner if you get multiple correct answers?
Well, we'll do the wheel thing.
The spinning wheel thing.
Spin the wheel, yeah. We'll put the names in there, and obviously from there we'll decide the winner. Right. So part of our segment, inshallah, it's going to be questions like this, and it's going to be relating to the subject that we are enjoying at that time. Very likely there's going to be maths. But we're trying to make them, well, they are always very engaging. Right, so if we continue, the other part of the segment will be just giving you an update of what is going on in terms of the education, the education industry, what's happening in Peterborough, and within the school environments. If there's anything that we need to update you guys, we will also update you on that as well. Right, so Mr. Hussain.
Yes. How can I help you?
Right, so apart from what we have,
we go back onto the main topic then, yeah?
Main topic. Can you please?
What is it? Key Stage 4 GCSE options.
Yes.
Right, do you want me to elaborate what these are?
First start off by telling us, what is that all about?
So basically, at the end of Key Stage 3, your child will be asked to choose their GCSE subjects. We take a look at today of how they would select their subjects, what the process might be, what the subjects might be. Each school does it slightly differently, but the main thing is these are your GCSE subjects that your child will be working towards. When, for example, you've got the term options, it's used to describe the subjects they can choose to take themselves. They usually choose their options towards the end of year 9, but again, some schools start the process in year 8. They then spend years 10, 11 studying the subjects. leading up to the GCSE certificates in the summer, in the term of year 11. You've got 3 core subjects, obviously maths, English and science.
Well, certain schools, those are the most ones, but certain schools will obviously have other subjects as core.
They might class them as core, depending on their
depending
the
on what,
values of the
yeah,
school
so
and
depending
the
on
background
what
of the
school
school.
that you go to, there will be certain subjects that you have to do.
Yeah.
And I believe obviously then you have a block to choose from, and some will be only available to certain students. So, for example, if you're doing triple science, that's not going to be available for every student, because you need to be you need to have a certain sort of grades in your lower years in order to take on triple science in GCSE. So so do please continue on that.
There's your sort of foundation. You've got your 3 core subjects, and then it's an enormous list of subjects that in the UK people can choose from. You've got 4 entitlement areas in Key Stage 4, and the schools have to ensure that they offer at least 1 subject in each of these 4 areas. So the entitlement areas are arts, so you could have art and design, drama, media arts, etc. You've got design and technology, you've got humanities, and then you've got modern foreign languages. So schools need to ensure that they offer at least 1 of these subjects from the entitlement area, branch or area. And then obviously the other segments which we can delve into a little bit later on. But that's your sort of key. You've got to choose these subjects wisely for year 10 and 11.
I mean, what problems can a student face if the decision wasn't made correctly?
I think that's a good question. I think the biggest problem someone could face is when you have done little to zero research into your options, and then you often rely on what your friends have done, which we see this quite a lot, and then you kind of start following the crowd. But the biggest problem is you may not have any interest or passion in that subject, and you've just signed up for something which was never going to work. It was never going to be compatible to that child's interests or hobbies or whatever passion. I think that's the biggest problem that we've got.
I mean, is it quite difficult for students? I can imagine the logistic behind having to change the whole timetables for a certain student, and having, let's just say, someone turns around in year 9 or later on in the year, so you know what, I hate this, I can't do this, I'm not good at it, I want to drop it.
I think under probably extenuating circumstances, there might be cases, and there have been cases, where the child's tried it for 6 weeks, let's say, or half term, and then the school has agreed to, if there is space in the other subjects, they have agreed to move things around, because the school will obviously have their best interest, and the school will realise, okay, there is no point having this child here for 2 years. Let's mix it up. But like I said, it's extenuating circumstances. It's only if there is space available. But before getting to that bridge and trying to cross it when it's broken, beforehand, the research needs to be done beforehand. I do think there's not enough material out there for a year 7 or 8 kid. I've never really seen a year 7 or 8 kid come to me and say, oh yeah, this is what I'm going to do in year 9, 10, 11. So the conversation is not happening in year 7. It starts to happen in year 8. But I'm not going to give a figure, but there are some students who are switched off in year 8. So whatever you give them in the little 20-minute assembly once or twice a year, they probably haven't taken it in anyway. By the time it comes to year 9, I think there's a big chunk of our students who will realise they've got options the day before the options are due to be submitted. So then they realise they've got options to complete, and magically they've got 25 hours in a day to research it. But it's too little, too late. Then like I said, you got a big risk of you're going to end up following the crowd. The discussions are happening in your little circles, and because so and so is doing, let's say, GCSE PE. Magically, I've signed up for GCSE PE, but I've not kicked a ball for 5 years. This is what I'm trying to say. It's like we'll just put whatever just to make sure we don't get told off for breaking the deadline.
I think you're right. In terms of the research that needs to be done, is important that the conversations I had, that you have with the at home. I think it should always start with at home. What are your interests as a child? What do you like doing? Because what you gotta realize is at the end of the course, your child is going to get a GCSE grade. So if they have chosen a course which they are very weak in, right, they are not going to do really well in. And if they have chosen a course that they do not engage well with, they also are going to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
In getting that grade that they need, and it's important that you as a parent and as a child, as a student, you're aware of where your strengths are, because if you know your strengths, then you can choose your options wisely, because then that will mean that you are going to getting the best out of your GCSE. Because I think personally, if I was to apply for a job or apply for university or A level, then I would say, I got 12 grade 9 to 7. Yeah, or 7 to 9, sorry, yeah?
Yeah.
That is better off than me saying, okay, I got 12 grade 9 to 4. Why? Because I chose one subject which I didn't like, I hated, and I did really bad in, right? And unfortunately, I got only grade 4 from it. So now I can't say 9.7, I have to say 9.4.
Yeah, the quality obviously starts to diminish.
So, have that conversation with your child earlier on in year 7, in year 8. Okay, what do you like? What sort of things do you like doing? What sort of, future do you want to go into? What do you enjoy? What are you really good at? So then they know their strengths, they know their weaknesses.
Yeah, of course. I think going on to obviously like personal experiences, we've got the benefit of hindsight in our favour. So obviously you're getting on a bit as well, Mehtab. So you've got a lot of experience to share. But for these youngsters, if we put ourselves in there, I'm always going to compare myself when I was their age. I'll be honest with you. I had no idea.
I'm younger than him, just to let you know.
I had no idea. So,
but okay, let's just take that as an example.
Yeah.
We've got students who are in your position.
Yeah, they're still in my position.
No idea.
Yeah. No idea.
There's a couple of different types of students that we would have. Some who may not have parents who's gone through the British schooling environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you advise them first?
My first advice to them would be, this is just personal. First, you need to write down 3 careers or your 3 dream jobs. Realistic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3. Can't put a footballer down, Mateo. You've never kicked a ball, mate. You have to put down 3 jobs where A, you'd be happy with. B, you'll have that drive and passion to learn more into that field and develop yourself as your career progresses. And then what I'd say is you need to go to speak to people who might be able to help you. For example, I've just written down accountant for myself. This is what I did when I was that age, centuries ago. Now, I put down accountancy. Straight away, I still remember the first person that gave me advice in this field was an accountant in the local area. And I think it was his advice that sort of pushed me through that finance, business, maths route, number-based. But spoke to, obviously, this person about accountancy. They've now started to give me some paths to follow. And then I went back to speak to my school. So it could be, I think it's, is it called PD? PD sessions?
Personal development.
Development. So you've got PD sessions in most schools, and I think they're kind of taking the lead on this one. Well, definitely at the school I'm working at currently. So the PD person would be advising the youngsters, okay, this is the path to follow. These are the types of subjects you need to choose. Like I mentioned earlier, the list is enormous. It's massive. You need to really spend some time going through the subjects. Pick subjects that like you mentioned earlier, you first of all, you need to be good at them. So you've got a chance of passing them. Second of all, you need to be passionate about the subject. So you've got the motivation to get up and do the hard graft. So that hopefully will see you through. But I think the key decision will lie upon yourself. Make sure you pick something that is going to benefit you, and it's not somebody else's sort of delegated you. Okay, you're going to do this because you didn't fill out your form in time, and now the only subject that's got spaces is drama, so you're going to end up in drama. You see what I'm trying to say? Like you're going to spend 2 years doing that. You don't want to be sitting in a corner and regretting your decisions back in year 8 or 9, whenever it was you had to decide this.
Yeah, I think I like the way, obviously, you know, there's a work experience that they do in secondary, and that work experience is done in year 10 in most schools. And by then you have already, you know, midway through your GCSEs. So I'm sure, you know, in terms of if you look into the network that your family members would have, through that network, you can find an accountant, you can find a lawyer. You can find, you know,
in the community, local community.
You can, there's so many options out there, and you know, have a word with them to say, maybe in summer holidays, say, can I just come to your office and just sit there and watch what you guys do?
Yeah, face to face. Even if you're hesitating and you're a bit nervous and stuff.
Yeah,
which at that age, there's no doubt people would be
100%. And I think that.
But even like a little email.
Yeah,
you don't have to go see somebody face to face.
Well, just say to them, like, you know, day to day, what's your work life? Yeah. Day to day, what is it that you guys do? Can I just shadow you, follow you? You know, go online, have a look at. I think it's a good strategy that we can use. We can look at where we want to be and then work backwards. But it's not always that we are going to be aware of what we want to be and have made that decision. So in those cases, we're going to obviously discuss in more details about what you can do. But
I still remember there's one of my good friends, Hassan. I think he's from 360 Accountants. Yeah, I think he was always giving me good advice.
Yeah,
about accountancy, business subjects and stuff like that.
I think it's always important to.
So big shout out to Hassan.
Yeah, they are available for free advice if any future accountants wants to take on accountancy.
There's lovely people in the community.
Amazing.
Mashallah.
So you know, if that is you and you want to get in touch with some accountant, please do get in touch and have a word with them. Obviously, ask them. I think some of the what are the things that you could, if let's just say I want to know more about accountancy, I want to know more about teachers.
Okay, teaching. That's a very
so.
Good career.
What are the 3 questions? I'm just anticipating the time. Is that what are the 3 questions that you should ask that'll help you to decide, like career, which then can help you to decide, you know, whether you should go towards more art, design.
Okay.
Obviously,
the biggest question is, are you going to be able to wake up and get yourself out of bed? Okay, nice cold morning.
I mean, what job is there where you don't have to get
teaching? Mate,
no,
you
but
got springs under the mattress. They shoot you off the bed.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is, the majority of the job you got to have to wake up. Yeah, you got to do the minimum of 8-hour shift. Yeah, but what are the 3 important questions that should be asked to get to know more about that job?
First,
shall I give you one?
You can start me off here.
Yeah.
Take me out here.
So let's just say, you know, how much did you earn when you first started this job, and
Why
how
is
much?
it always with money with you, man?
How much do you earn 5 years later? Yeah, because at the end of the day, we all want to be able to, you know, we have some figures in mind. We want to know. The other thing that I would ask is in terms of how much work do you bring home? Like, let's just say as an accountant, I would be for them. I would be like, you know, what time do you get out of office? So let's just say you're 9-5, but what time do you actually get out of office? Yeah. What are your deadlines?
Yeah.
What's your work life?
Of course.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. With accountancy, obviously, you got your month end. It's not 9 to 5. It becomes 9 to 9, probably, maybe even later.
Sometimes can be. And what about like?
I just got a message from my brother Hassan, who's listening in at the minute.
Wow, Hassan, thank you for listening, my brother.
He's saying, not really. It's about love and peace I'm actually going to the office now. Tax return deadline 31st of January.
These are your dedicated workers.
This is really life out here, man.
365 days a day. Join 360.
But
So
honestly,
this is what I mean, innit?
it's a good point. It's a good point.
I mean, that is a like in a way their own business in a way, which I'm not saying if you become an accountant you're gonna have to do that, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, I think you've got your stereotypical views of like a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You're gonna ask the same question to different people who might be in the same profession, but at the same time,
Yeah.
they would give you different answers.
I've got another
based on
good
their
question
experience.
as well. What is your
You asked
social
me how
life
much I earn.
balance?
My bank balance.
No. Social life balance. So
Social life balance.
So work-life balance, social life. So if you
Bank
could be like,
balances, I probably owe me an overdraft, mate.
yeah, but you
But-
see what I mean? These are the things that you need to be asking.
Yeah, work-life balance. Really,
You got
really
like,
key.
yeah.
This is one of the most important things in teaching. So one of the first things they,
I think the hardest thing as well, isn't it?
but they will always talk about work-life balance in teaching because you've got quite a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take a little break myself now. I need to balance this segment off. I'll
Of
let
course,
you
of
finish
course,
off
my
before
brother.
the
So
adverts,
what
mate.
we're going to do is after break, we're going to talk about how you can dive in this lot deeper and then be able to make that right choice for you, for your future. We are here at Master.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
Are you looking for a career where you can make a difference? At Cross Keys Homes, we work with our local communities to create opportunities that change lives. We're looking for enthusiastic, talented people to join our team, from apprenticeships to senior management positions. Cross Keys Homes can support your development while you enjoy great employee benefits. There are so many opportunities for you to shine. Apply to join the Cross Keys Homes team at crosskeyshomes.co.uk.
Are you a savvy shopper searching for the best food deals? Look no further. Adams Cash and Carry can help you save big. We're not just a food wholesaler for takeaways and restaurants. We also welcome household customers at our warehouse in Westwood, Peterborough. Visit our website and enjoy wholesale prices on everything from drinks to flour, rice to burgers, and much more. To shop, go online and collect in store. Visit adamscashandcarry.co.uk today to start your savings spree.
2020 World Buffet is inspired by the best foods from around the world. See our teppanyaki chefs grill your food to order, or choose delicious Indian, Italian, Chinese, Mexican dishes and British favourites, all halal. 2020 World Buffet offers you unlimited food at a set price. Open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Catering, wedding and party services available too. Call 01733 566 320 or visit 2020buffet.co.uk. 2020 World Buffet, 35 New Road, Peterborough, PE1 1FJ.
Where can you get high quality and low prices? Amar Food Store and Halal Meat in Lincoln Road, Triangle is the place to go. Pay us a visit and take advantage of our special offers and great range of products on groceries, vegetables, fruits and halal meat. Also send money to Pakistan absolutely free. We have all top brands at special offers, offer free customer parking and provide a free local delivery service. Amar Food Store and Halal Meat, 613B Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call us on 01733 687 374. High in quality, low in prices.
Worried your tenants could stop paying their rent during this cost of living crisis? Next Move Estate and Letting Agents are offering landlords 12 months rent in advance. You'll get your rent paid for the whole year in advance. No strings attached. Too good to be true? It really is that simple. So get in touch with us today for this extremely limited offer. Call Next Move now on 01733 641 642 to find out how we can help.
It's time to protect yourself against COVID-19 and flu. If you or a family member are eligible for a vaccine this winter, then you can book an appointment or find a walk-in clinic online. Just search for COVID and flu vaccines Peterborough. Even if you've had a COVID-19 or flu vaccine previously, whether it was just once or more often, it's still important to get and remain protected. So to find out more, simply search online for COVID and flu vaccines Peterborough.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Islam Radio. I hope we got a lot of people tuning in with the answers, through our social media and getting in touch in terms of what they think the answer is. So I'd just like to welcome our viewers back to our listeners back to Education Matters. Today we're discussing about the Key Stage 4 options, the courses that you have to choose that you'll be taking on. And at the end, we'll be receiving a GCSE certificate, GCSE grades, which are now done in numbers. So, let's repeat the question. The question was, if 1 is equal to 3, 2 is equal to 3, 3 is equal to 5, 4 is equal to 4, 5 is equal to 4, what does 6 equal? We have had quite a few people messaging us and getting in touch with us over social media. Those of you that still would like to have a go, get in touch, and we'll let you know who will be the winners. And they will be able to access our prize, which is 9 free sessions at Mastermind, 9 hours of personalized tuition with Mastermind Tuition Academy. Big thank you for sponsoring this quiz time.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome.
Right. So, before obviously we're talking about, the options that you can choose, and we discussed about how you can look into your, what is it that you want to be in the future, and that helps you to kind of decide what you may want to go into. Okay, but the most important thing, I think, is the strength and the weaknesses, knowing those, and then choosing subject. If you are good in art, for example, if you're good in geography, if you're good in any of those other topics, or the subjects, then, make sure you are picking those where your strengths are, which helps you to, maximize your grades. The other thing that I want to discuss is, how your parents should be helping you guys to give you that extra support at home. So for parents, there is an information evening available for them in schools. Various different schools carry out throughout the year, which gives you the more information about what the course entails and how the students will be assessed. Some are assessed through coursework. So if your child is not good at coursework, then that might be something they probably want to stay away from. So it just so many information is available for you guys through that. You can always call into school, email them and say, can I speak to the head of history, just to know what history GCSE is about before my son or daughter makes that choice.
Yeah.
You can also get in touch with any of your other family members who are studying that subject and just get more information in terms of what is it that you have to do to get assessed, what's the homework like, what is it that you learn about, in history, what would you cover, in geography, what would you cover, and then, any other sociology, for example. I know it's psychology going into GCSE, or is it just still A-level? I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is, ask the questions. As a parent, ask those questions that you are equipped then to help your child decide. Okay? There's no point doing a subject because their friend is doing it. They're not going to gain anything. Then they probably won't enjoy it. If they enjoy it, yes, that's one bonus point why they should do it. And if they also are good at it, that's another bonus point why they should do it. Okay, so those are the things that you as a parent should be doing. Get in touch with the schools, getting the information from your network, and then be able to provide that to your child. Also let them know, in terms of whatever work that you do, they might be interested in going into that role, and just let them know what things you need to be good at. Like, you as a parent, let's just say you are a manager, logistics manager. Let them know what a logistics manager is, and show them some of the jobs that that are in your company, and get them to see their requirements, and then work backwards from there. Okay, working backwards from there. So that is, the other elements of it, and I think, like we said earlier, the way that the trend, obviously you got your year 9 or year 8 options when you decide, so then you're gonna decide your A level as well. Yeah, although we're not talking about A level today, but if we're talking about backwards, right? If you were to look up a job like let's just say you want to be a doctor, right? In order to become a doctor, you have to do a next degree in a university. And then from that university, have a look at to do that course, what's the requirement for your A level. Then to do that A level, what do you need? That's how you work backwards. All information is available on schools' websites and universities' website, and it will help you, guide you, or you can get in touch with us. We'd be more than happy to answer your question. If there's anything that we can't answer, we will definitely know people who can. Especially those that are experts in careers in schools, and are also experts in the options, and work with the option blocks within schools. Right, excellent. Anything else you want to add? I know you wanted to pick on a few things you mentioned at break.
Yeah, there's too many things. Let me just go down my list here. But no, I think you've touched upon most of them. The only things I want to sort of go over again, a couple of things that the parents can physically do, just to bullet point it for you guys. Parents' evening, ask, because the teachers have worked with your child, I think even for head of a department, it might be a bit tricky to know your child, every child individually. But for example, when you've got an opportunity in a normal parents' evening, one of the questions you could pose to the teacher is, do you think my child would be successful at maybe picking this option for GCSE? The teacher probably is in the best position to answer that. Another thing is, if they got older siblings who have gone through GCSE, or cousins or family or friends, you could speak to those siblings, or the kids that have just done it or are currently doing GCSEs. So that'd be really precise and specific experience you could easily get. And probably the last thing I wanted to mention was, as a parent, you need to encourage them to make a list of pros and cons for each subject, taking into account things like how easy or difficult they find it, like you mentioned, how much homework they'll have to do, what grades pupils typically get in the subject. So you got to rely on some data here, and how many go on to take an A level in that subject that chose that subject for GCSE, and so on. But there's quite a lot of stuff there. I think the biggest thing for me would be just motivate them, just inspire them, just talk to them. Let that be a start. And then hopefully you can sort of set the tone.
Yeah, I think having that general conversation with your child, I mean, this is something that we spoke about beforehand, didn't we? Sitting down and having that conversation with them about what they're good at, what they're not, and what they're doing in school, what topics, subjects they are enjoying. That is the thing that's going to, keep those conversations going and help them to obviously build a successful future with making the right choices. Right, so the other segment that we have, obviously, in terms of at the moment, we've got year 11s with their mocks coming up. Shall we start by letting people know the dates of? I think the exams are starting very early this year, aren't they?
Yeah, I think our school's doing it.
The mocks
just before half term.
What, the mocks?
Yes.
Okay, so there is basically the mocks. It is otherwise known as PPE, is like a practice exam, and those are carried out sometime in November. Then another practice is done in 2 weeks' time or after half term, where your child will be sitting what they would consider as, a practice to their real exams. It will give us as teachers an indication of what sort of grade they could be expecting. Also gives them an environment in an exam style condition to be working towards. In terms of the real exam, this year, they have announced the timetable, which I was reviewing the other day. Seems to be way earlier than anything, to be fair. It starts Monday, 6th of May. Wow. Usually, from my very small number of years, as you know, still quite young, very young. It's always been later on in the May, like 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in.
Yeah, it is
May.
earlier this year, definitely earlier.
So that's AQA, and I think the majority of them are the similar ones in terms of the subject. So the first one that we have in terms of exams, right. So let's have a look. I think maths, we are blessed slightly. We are blessed because the maths are quite spread out. I think it's religious studies there, RE, and then you got science on the 10th of May. Science is on the 10th of May. So the most important ones.
Maths,
yeah. Paper 1, Thursday, 19th of May.
Thursday, 19th of May.
Yeah,
paper 1.
That's your paper 1.
Have they still got
it will be the
break between or gap?
There's a big gap. I was so happy to see that. I hope that's a good thing, because obviously you never know, obviously, with how students are working, how they're thinking as well, you see. So 16th of May is your paper 1. Okay. And your paper 2, I believe, is 3 weeks. No. Paper 2 is 3rd of June.
Okay.
That's like a 2 week gap, isn't it?
That's a nice gap.
Yeah, I mean, get your non-calculator out the way, and then you worry about your calculator one on the 3rd of June. And then you got your following week. The following week is on Monday, 10th of June is where you have your paper 3. Okay. And your last exam, I believe, is there is a contingency plan which may not get used, but if you say 19th of June is the last exam. Okay, that's obviously any further maths. Level 2.
So it's still that normal 6 week period, like 6 week exam season, isn't it?
It's spread out a bit more, to be fair.
A little bit more, yeah.
In terms of, they're giving a lot more gap, whether that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. Yeah, so there's an extra week where you got 7 weeks of examination. Some students may finish early, some may finish late, some may start early as well. Obviously, if you got RE at the start, or you might be starting late. So those are your exams, and you got your mocks for coming up for year 11s. What can any websites that you can give to parents?
I mean, there's a lot out there, and I'm sure, obviously, when
for maths.
For maths, you've got your normal core bit maths.
Yeah.
Maths Genie. We've got Maths Made Easy, which is full of exam papers, model papers, answers, all of that stuff.
Are there past papers available on Maths Genie as well?
I think obviously we're going to have our own proper in-depth sessions for this. We've got our booster sessions coming up.
Yeah.
We've got, at the minute, we're currently working on year 11s in masterminds on Saturdays.
Yeah.
With the mock papers and stuff like that. So there's a lot out there.
I mean, as a parent, just go on to
www.masterminds.com.
Now, what you can do is you can go on to GCSE past papers, maths. I mean, whatever subjects your child is doing, go on to the past papers. Just Google GCSE past papers for that subject. You will get a copy of those past papers. don't try to, obviously specification gets changed. So find out from your child, the updated specification. But I think if you're working in the last 3 to 5 years, you can't go wrong. If your child can comfortably complete those papers, and then what you can do is go look for the answers, mark them, and then have a look at the grade boundaries. There you go. What you got then is your potential grade, and that is something they could be working on a weekly basis. There is another website, MathSpot, amazing tool. It also gives you a bit of a countdown. It gives you a countdown. Obviously, it's related to maths, but it gives you a bit of a countdown of when your exam is. Let's have a look. I can't seem to. Here we go. So they got exam style questions and then loads of other things that will be really, really useful for you guys. So 112 days, 11 hours, 14 minutes and 48 seconds.
Yeah,
the
it's
first
just
maths
about
paper.
3 months now.
I mean, the feeling after the maths paper's done as a teacher, you're just
That's it.
you're
It's
so
like that
nervous, aren't you?
early retirement feeling.
Huh?
It's the early retirement feeling, I think.
You know what? You would think when your students are going in, I don't know, man, it's just going in to sit the exam and you're there, like, worked with them for the past 5 years. It is a very emotional, and obviously we hope and pray that all of you do really well and get the best out of it. Right, so that's year 11. Okay. Other than that, in terms of,
I think we've got now. We've got a few minutes.
We've got a few minutes just before the last.
Shall we talk about what do you want to talk about?
If you want to mention the segments of that.
Yeah, I was thinking we've got a bit of time, so we could talk about career planning. Because that's with the topic of options.
Yeah.
And these exams and things like that. We've got another segment which I think we were waiting on in a few weeks' time, but we could try and introduce it here. Career planning.
The link is obviously with the careers. You're choosing your subjects, which will help you to decide your careers. Isn't it?
Yeah. You've got so, for example, I think we've touched upon some of these points already. Okay, so I'm overlapping a little bit, but obviously many of us don't know what we wish to do when we are 12 or 13, which is perfectly normal. Although a few of us may have a very clear idea of what we want to do in the future, and I'm sure you've always got that child in form group who seems to know everything, and then you ask them their age and they're like 11 years old. But
just to add on to that, if I may,
were you one of those?
What, knew I wanted to be? I never even thought about being a teacher, I'll be honest with you.
No, like a radio presenter.
I know we advertise greatly.
Not teacher, I was talking about radio presenting.
It's a dream. You know what? Again, never thought about it, to be fair. And it's just obviously now that we're doing it more of, it's a community thing, isn't it? It's amazing. And I do love it. I do enjoy it. I think it's important that we all come out of our comfort zone. I just wanted to add, my niece, who's 6 years old, I think. No, 7 years old, I think. Before that, she always wanted to be a Domino's delivery driver.
Is that Hania?
No, it's Mahroush. So she always wanted to be a Domino's delivery driver. And then a year ago, now she wants to be a doctor. So you're right, our professions change drastically when we are a young age. And I think the reason
it's quite drastic, isn't it?
But you know what the good thing is? Because obviously their parents been talking to them about it, in terms of this is what this job involves, this is what that job involves.
Yeah,
they're aware of it's the awareness that's important. So I think as a parent, making your child aware of the career path, it is very important. Do continue, yeah.
So, I do wish her the best.
As a doctor, inshallah.
Inshallah. So in year 9, obviously we get curious and we explore what's possible. Probably the best thing you can do is to do that, and to help yourself to develop some career ideas. You can do this in a lot of different ways. Talking to people, about their jobs through work experience, school, workshops. You've got lots of different websites as well. So I know you mentioned the maths websites earlier, but these are websites that will help you try and forge your career and shape your sort of destiny as much as it can. So you've got websites like goconstruct.org. You've got MI5 careers.
Is this like all of the?
It's not the. It's not what you're probably thinking. It's,
No.
This
What
is
I'm
to
saying
help
is
you
career.
construct like a
No,
career plan.
I've heard there's something. It gets mentioned in school. You see some of.
There's another one which is linked to one of our episodes earlier in the year. Step into the NHS. .nhs.uk, all about careers.
And can you just add a bit on that? You know,
Yeah,
if someone talks about career in NHS, what do they think about?
nursing.
Nursing, but it's not, is it?
No. It's
I got
that's
mate
one
of
of the
mine.
things, yeah.
Again, he's obviously, I don't know why, probably because we're obviously in maths. He's doing accounts for NHS.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
see
Of
what I
course,
mean?
yes.
There's loads of different, like, just because you're like, for example, if you give the name, we got a stereotypical thinking of, you know, or NHS.
You always think about the front line.
Yeah, there's too many
But there's
to
a lot
even
going on,
go
obviously
through.
in the background as well. But you got obviously loads of stuff there. Decision making. You got many ways to choose what subjects you take and how to decide. Which one of them is something like, for example, which build skills you wish to develop. So certain subjects are highly useful in developing transferable skills for the future, often being useful in more than one setting. For example, studying history allows you to learn about historical events, but also enables you to develop your analytical comprehension and essay skills, all of which are desirable in careers requiring these skills, such as areas of law, business, politics, teaching, all of those things. Yeah, that was it for me, really. And again, one of the last things I think I want to touch upon is make sure, obviously, it's good for your mental health. So, like everything nowadays, we're linking we're a little bit more aware of the pressures on the brain and then what this can do to our physical health and our mental health. So, mental health is obviously increasingly important in our lives in a world which can seem to be going faster and faster. It may be that you choose a subject which helps you to de-stress and decompress. A variety of articles online highlight the importance of this. And you got one organization, CXK, who have developed some resources to support individual mental health alongside emotional well-being services for students, especially in around year 9 age. And that is it. If you want any more information about any of these, please do get in touch with Masterminds, and we will obviously pass on any articles or any information that we've got.
Of course.
We could do the legwork and point you to the right direction.
Right, so we are going to be going back onto our quiz. I'm just going through the answers, so I'm just going to be doing the right answers.
Okay, when do we find out the right answer? Because I've tried solving this for the last hour.
Have you not solved it
I've not
yet?
got anywhere, mate. There's no, I can't see a link.
We also just got a new. Well, he's entered. He's given an answer, but it's not the correct one. It's not the correct one. And he's also a brother that works in the police force. So if any of you perhaps thinking of going into the police force, you know, we will be able to point you to the right direction, speak to people who are already working in that industry and what that involves. He's gone with 6, so the answer is not 6.
Yeah, I didn't get 6, so at least.
What did you get?
Can I tell mine is like at the end?
No, because we're gonna have to go through the answer.
I've got 5.
So I got 5 is not the correct answer. Unfortunately, you know, Adam, thank you for your answer. That's not.
Yeah, that's what Adam got.
Adam got 5. You got 5.
Adam got 5. No,
5 is not the answer. Right, so I just checked those were the messages. Let's just quickly check if there's any more on our other platform. Let's have a look. Okay. Right, so any on here? No. They're all been added on. Not the correct answer. Okay, and let's go back here. And okay, we've got a few here that unfortunately no. 7 also is not the answer.
I got 0 now.
How? Have you done anything to work it out?
No, I picked a number.
Right, okay. Big shout out and well done to the following people. Sami, Ehsan, I've got them written down, don't worry.
Okay.
Aisha, Tom, Sidra, Mustafa, Ahmed, Fessi, Noor, Aisha, Nabila, Aidan, Zaki, who have given the correct answers. Okay. And they will be now added. Their names are just being added. Right. And we are going to spin the wheel.
Want to change the camera just up there on our Facebook for our Facebook viewers?
Oh, it has landed on Ehsan. Ehsan is the winner, as hopefully we can see there.
Well done, Hassan.
Ehsan.
Me and you both got the answer.
You didn't. Right, so it was actually his mum that actually posted the answer, so I just put his name down. But well done to Ehsan. The answer was 3, and the reason why is the letters.
Wait, I swear I said that.
No, you didn't. The letters in that, so one.
What's half of 6?
Yeah, so 6 got 3 letters, hence why it's 3.
Wait, say that again.
6 S I X.
Okay.
Right, 30 seconds. Just want to say thank you to all of you who got involved in that quiz. We've been running that every week. Thank you for tuning in and sharing also your points and thoughts. We hope you enjoyed our session today. And you'll be listening to Mehtab and Shamir Education Matters. And I hope there are some hints and tips that could be used for your future generation. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum. See you next week.
Stay tuned to